oil fried ones, the deep fried ones, I mean, literally, it's going to be pretty safe for you to eat. It'll kill pretty much all types of bacteria that you could be concerned about. And number four, this is the one where we talked about when you pop it in the emergency packs because it has a very long shelf life. I mean, it literally, instant noodles shelf life outbeats frozen shelf life. So really interesting that frozen noodles can't even be kept longer than instant noodles. So there you go. And number five is, oh my God, it's freaking delicious. Palatability, oh, I'd say 100%. I don't know anybody that actually doesn't enjoy the taste of instant noodles. Now, if you do know somebody, please send them my way because, we need to do like a taste test or something like that because I have tried so many types of instant noodles and I have not found one that I don't like. I mean, I have ones that I prefer over others, but literally, like, you give me instant noodles any day, I'll eat it. It's so delicious. Um, one of the things that actually I discovered is that there is this specific brand of a Taiwanese beef noodle flavor one that somehow really opens up your appetite because it's just so flavorful and it is so delicious and it has a little tiny bit of a sort of spicy kick in the end. So what I discovered over the years of my suffering migraines is that whenever I do have an episode, I actually will turn to eat this specific brand of beef noodle flavor for instant noodles, and that would be my meal because I literally will puke up everything else. But somehow this brand of instant noodles can actually settle my stomach, make me feel better, give me quick energy so that I can kind of get my body back to function a little bit faster. That along with rest as well. So I've also, over these past quite a few years, recommended it to some of my patients. I kind of began kind of like a small little mini social experiment of within our migraine sufferers community, and honestly, every single one of them had said the same thing, that this brand of instant noodles has actually helped them with their migraine episodes, especially during those times when they just can't eat anything else. So really, really interesting, that there is some sort of, the deliciousness is just out of this world, but also it has some form of quick energy function that can help people who are suffering from, something that, can really debilitate them. So, I mean, if you're interested in trying this brand, absolutely shoot me an email or comment on my Facebook post, and I will be more than happy to share which brand and what flavor I've been recommending to my patients. I mean, as part of our social experiment, why not? Let's just, the more data we can collect, the better, right? Yeah. So one of the bonus characteristics also that I found is that instant noodles is so versatile. I'm not even kidding. Like, seriously, like you could literally make so many different versions of a noodle dish. And later in this episode, we are going to give you a recipe to absolutely enjoy a superb, I'd say, healthier version and very nutritional meal that you can create with instant noodles. So stick around and we will definitely share that with you guys. And so here's the thing. Did you know that they actually have a cup noodle museum? I thought it was really cool that they've I guess it's such an icon, I guess, in Japan, and even all over the world, that they've created, a museum for it, just like bubble tea for Taiwan, right? Cup noodle is so huge in Japan that they've created that museum to, sort of, I guess, pay homage to the history, the origins, and also it's also a fun place. That is definitely on my list of, to go visit. I want to introduce my kids to, where cup noodle originated from. And yeah, definitely let them experience, the fun and the cool aspect about it. I mean, instant noodles definitely has served so many different people in so many different ways. Did you know that there's actually space ramen, like space ramen? Like that is so cool. I didn't know that until I started, sort of looking into this. And turns out that it was developed in 2005, so about 15 years ago. What they've done is like a modified version, and what they've done is they've created like compact noodle cakes, like little like tiny versions of it. And what they do is the soup and the condiments are put in like airtight containers, but the soup itself is thickened, so much thicker than the usual seasoning packs that we would have where you would add boiling water. So in space, what you would do is you would pour the thickened soup into the uh, the the compact noodle cakes. And the reason why they have to thicken up the soup is because they want to make sure that it doesn't just kind of disperse, because it's a weightless environment in space. So to prevent that dispersing, they need to make it a little thicker. So I found that to be a really cool fun fact that I wanted to share with you all. So let's talk about one easy way to make, I call it 炒面, to perfection using instant noodles. Now, everybody knows what 炒面, right? That's pan-fried noodles. So I'm going to go through like the 7 steps to make an amazing instant noodle 炒面to perfection. And this is what I was talking about. It's super delicious and it's nutritional and it's healthy. You know why? Because we're going to add some actual ingredients that will provide you with extra nutrition. So the first thing you're going to do is you're going to put some oil into your frying pan. And then what you're going to do is you're going to chop up some green onions. And then you're going to throw them in once the oil is hot, and you're going to sort of stir fry it in the frying pan. What you're also going to do is you can decide whether you want to add pork, which you're going to cut into like little strips, or you can put chicken, also cut into strips, or you can add any type of seafood you like, whether it's prawns, whether it's squid, whether it's clams, anything you like. So this is to add extra protein to your 炒面. And then the third thing you're going to do is then add the vegetables. So you can choose to add, whatever's in your fridge. Like, you can chop up some cabbage, julienne it, and also onion. I definitely recommend adding some, chopped up onions, because the onion brings out, a beautiful flavor when it's combined with a type of protein, as well as, the green onions and the base. So on the side, what you're going to do is then you're going to boil the instant noodles separately in just a pot, in a little, pot with boiling water. And so you're just going to boil that to perfection, 2 to 3 minutes. And then what you're going to do is you're going to then put the instant noodles into your frying pan concoction. And to that, you're going to add 1 tablespoon of soy sauce and a little bit of white pepper. It's optional to add the white pepper, but, as Taiwanese people, we love white pepper, not your regular, ground up black pepper. We love white pepper. Somehow, the taste is a little bit milder, but it's also a little bit more flagrant, I find, in my cooking. So I absolutely go for white pepper rather than black pepper for this dish. And if your noodles look dry in the pan, feel free to add a couple spoonfuls of water to that and stir fry everything together. And number 7, last but not least, plate and enjoy. I mean, seriously, with your cabbage and your onions and your pork or chicken or seafood, instant noodles can also make you an amazing 炒面 in minutes. So I guess what I'm trying to say is that any type of noodles that you can incorporate in any dish, you can replace it with instant noodles. Literally. Because instant noodles is basically a long shelf life version of your freshly made noodles. But it cooks so much faster. So if you have, sort of a time constraint, You can just grab whatever you have in your pantry, via your selection of instant noodles and then pop it in, you know? Voila! 5 minutes. Chow mein perfection. I hope you'll give that a shot, and I certainly hope that you guys will enjoy the little dish that I've suggested for you today. Thank you guys so much for letting me share this big passion of mine, which is food. And, I gotta say, like, it's been such a pleasure again to share this series with you guys. And I thank you all for listening. Please take a minute to subscribe, follow, and rate this episode so that we can share the wisdom and also have more people join us on this journey. This is the Healthy Wisdom series with Dr. Jen Chen. I'll see you all next week.